Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We're playing Stillwater, a Star Wars tale in the Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars role-playing game. Joining me tonight are our game master, Smug. Hey, Smug.
Hey, how you doing, fella?
I am all right. And you?
Yeah, I guess I'm all right if you want to ask me point blank like that. Wow.
Just gotta know. And speaking of having to know, we're also joined by author Steven Seagal playing the Watcher. Or just Watcher, no the.
Probably drop the article, but hi, how's everyone doing?
Well, thank you, and welcome back. Glad to have you back on the stream.
Yeah, thanks.
And we also have our chimp, is Jason. How you doing, buddy?
The Watcher's real name was Uatu, I believe, and he was a big-headed guy that totally watched the entire Marvel Universe.
So what you're saying is that the Watcher is actually Dr. Vec.
Yeah! Yeah, sure!
And speaking of whom, Dr. Vec, played by Grimmeth, will not be joining us tonight, as Grimmeth is on a vacay. So it's just us three.
Is that what happened to him?
Yeah, he's on the vacations.
Oh.
Visiting another internet personality.
Well, that sounds like a good time.
How's it going? How are we doing tonight? What's going to happen? Just tell us the whole story, and then we'll all leave.
Who,
All
me?
right.
What?
Yep, do it, D. Davis.
I'm doing okay. I mean, I had some leftover chili for dinner, and, I played some video games. I'm pretty great. I'm just tickled pink to be alive, really.
Excellent. Now, how about our Star Wars characters? How about when last we left off, Smug?
Yeah, D. Davis, fill us in on what happened last time.
Okay, well, last time we went to Nar Shaddaa, the criminal moon planet of huts and syndicates, and we broke into the apartment of the first mate of the ship that we totally wrecked in that one session where we unleashed the Rancor and Watcher asphyxiated everyone on that ship, I believe.
That was a great session.
It was.
Just probably the best session we've ever done.
We were
The
looking
last
for, like, probably manifests and other things that would lead us to our next little breadcrumb, little morsel of information. And we found a lady in his apartment and also files on his computer that linked him to somebody. I don't have the best notes.
It was linked to Jagden the Great.
Ah, yes. And Jason commented that it was a dumb name, and it was. It really was.
Jason was correct.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Who's Jason?
Jason.
Oh, sorry,
Hamilton.
Walliam.
Oh, right. He's still incognito.
Oh my god, I completely forgot your character's name. That's too funny. I'm like, Jason, who's this internet tough guy commenting on YouTube? I will fight him.
Not quite.
I guess for some reason I keep thinking that Jason's name is Jason.
No,
Because-
it's Jason.
Because of Star Wars, that's why.
Yeah.
It's just Jason. It's like Jason, but spelled dumb. It's with that's how you do Star Wars names. You
That's right.
take
So
a normal name and you spell it wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Looking at the list of NPCs I've got, yeah, you're not wrong.
We met
Yeah,
what?
Jagged in.
Was it Amseth Natet that we met?
Yeah, that was the lady, right?
Just cheating on her husband with Kellen to pay off their bills, or just because she liked him better? I don't know. We weren't
Sounds
clear
right.
on
Well,
that.
yeah, I mean, you didn't really ask. You just kind of let her loose.
Yeah, we definitely abandoned her in her bathrobe and her cloak on the side of the road in Nar Shaddaa.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
after telling her that her paramour was definitely dead.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
So,
I guess you guys. I guess you guys know that her husband was on that list too.
Oh yeah, he had a
Yeah.
considerable amount of.
Yeah, he had like 40,000 credits.
Yeah.
He's a bad gambler.
And we were following those breadcrumbs. Oh, I almost said something bad there. We were following those breadcrumbs.
The loaf?
Jagden the Great, who is apparently on Quen Station.
Do not edit that out, by the way. You leave the loaf in there in its entirety.
So we're on our holo taxi because everything's hollow in Star Wars.
Gonna edit it out. Yes, anyway, so you guys are just flying away. Maybe the laughter has subsided as Amsith disappears from the rear view. And it's just a wash of neon lights and other vehicles just whizzing around, filling the sky. And of course, Watcher is on the ship, so we might want to figure that part out. Maybe you guys want to head back to the ship and
We'll
drop
rendezvous
Dr.
with him.
Vec off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rendezvous with them at Space H&M.
Or maybe just at the ship. But it's up to you guys how you want to handle that. But my preference would be that we have Dr. Vec offloaded onto the ship, and then Watcher essentially joins the party.
Well,
Okay.
Watcher had some business to take care of on Nar Shaddaa, looking into a strange rumor about a sheriff on Nar Shaddaa. It sounded too weird to him, so he had to look into it. His search turned up nothing because apparently the sheriff has left Nar Shaddaa on chasing some handsome gambler type. But yeah, he signals Tem that he's ready to join up with everyone.
That's a good callback.
So we'll direct the taxi over to the rendezvous point, and Dr. Vec will take a taxi back to the ship so that she can take her turn watching it, and making sure that our captive doesn't, escape.
Yeah, that's still a thing.
Yeah, those are probably good things to.
I think we should probably roll our destiny pool or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me clear the pool. We'll get that out of the way.
Before we get anywhere, we gotta roll those destiny points.
Yeah, when you're ready, gentlemen, roll them bones.
I will roll those bones.
Oh, Jason handing me a dark side point. I'll take that.
Oh, there's another
Ted,
one.
all
no.
of you.
Oh, triple
All right.
dark.
Triple dark.
Well,
Space.
statistically,
Space snake eyes.
the space snakes have 3 eyes.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm going to flip a dark side point to say that yes, they do. And there you go. You guys have got one light side point now.
Yes, they do. And there's a space snake in your taxi.
It's not quite that bad. So Dr. Vec kind of disappears. It's easy to see when she does disappear given her abnormal height due to her cone head. And I'm immediately picturing the cone head.
I was going to make a callback when you were talking about internet tough guys, but I refrained.
Every session it's gonna be, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, can you find it and take a picture of it for me?
Oh gosh,
I
probably
can't
not.
find it.
It was so long ago, but
He wants to print
Find
that out.
it.
He wants to frame it in his office.
I do. I'll make it a Christmas present to myself. I'll put it on the wall above my desk until my wife tells me to take it down. So Dr. Vec disappears into the crowd, probably ducking behind something. The taxi's still just kind of sitting there. The driver is quite a handsome Corellian. He's got blonde hair. He's wearing a cool jacket. and he's got little gloves on, and he's kind of chatted to you guys a little bit on your way over, and he's very much a mumbler. So where's Watcher at this point?
I don't know.
Where is Watcher?
Yeah, where do you want to be?
Didn't we just meet Watcher?
Yeah, aren't I on the ship? And we're basically Dr. Heck is spelling me from
Dr. Heck.
Did I say Heck?
You did, and then you said he was spelling you, which made me think that you were getting hexed.
That's a word, though.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so Watcher and Vec have swapped places, and we rolled our destiny points. We got 3 dark side points, and Smug flipped one to say that space snakes have 3 eyes.
I mean, it had to be done. If there was ever a correct usage for destiny points, it is for unimportant factual things like that.
Yep, it's factual.
Indeed it is. Okay, so Dr. Vec disappears, Watcher comes up, you guys are kind of standing there, and the taxi is still running.
Watcher's very disconcerted about this sheriff person. He's just like, why the fuck is there a sheriff on Nar Shaddaa? He's angry about it.
I don't blame him.
Oh, so do you guys want to investigate the sheriff tonight? We could do that.
Watcher, we got this information on Jagden the Great on Quen Station.
That's a really stupid name.
Quen
That's
Station?
what I said.
Which one are we talking about? Jagden the Great or Quen Station? Because I could go either way.
Obviously, it's Jagden the Great. And that's
Yeah,
the
it's
terrible
obviously.
name I've ever heard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. That sounds like a dumb name.
And that's the taxi driver talking. He has his window down now, and he's kind of got like his left arm out the window.
Since when do these automated taxis have drivers? Tim says in shock.
There haven't been automated taxis for about 60 years. If you didn't, I mean, did you ignore your driver earlier when he was talking to you?
Nobody was talking to us. There wasn't anyone in the driver's seat.
Sure, maybe he was a Jawa. We're getting a lot of Jawas in here now, driving the taxis.
Wow, I'm surprised you can keep the taxis in the air.
I mean, they kind of just float.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, so you guys need to go anywhere else?
I need to check something in the market, see if they got anything in my size. But other than that, no, I think we just need to head back to the ship after. What do you think? I'm not asking the driver, Tim says,
No.
clarifying to Watcher.
I was about to tell you, I mean, you'd be better off getting back in. I'll take you. I mean, you tell me what you need. I'll take you where you gotta go.
You need anything here, Watcher? You need anything here, Jason?
Out of character,
No,
I don't have
no.
a firm grasp of what we're going to proceed towards.
Quen Station, I assume.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good. I think I've got everything all I need out of this place.
Yes, that sheriff person is no longer on Nar Shaddaa, as far as I can gather, so there's nothing for me here.
Well, maybe we'll catch their trail again.
Perhaps.
All right, well, take us to the bazaar. Or whatever you got here.
I mean, this is an entire planet built on, ship creation and the commerce that goes with it. I really need to know what you want.
I need a helmet.
Oh, you one of them space renaissance guys. Is that what this is?
What? No, my face is badly burned. You can see that.
It's rude for me to draw attention to how hideous you are, since my tip will go down considerably.
You're right, that is rude, but just take us to the armor place.
I'll take you to a guy I know. His name's Benny.
Perfect.
Now, Benny, that's a nice, sensible name.
That's the short version. His real name's very long.
Of course it is.
Anyway, you guys pile in. I'll drive you over there.
Tim gets back in the taxi, I guess.
Well, you can all get back in the taxi, and we'll just kind of star wipe over to the taxi pulling up at another corner that looks remarkably similar to this one.
Amazing.
Yep, that's
Took
just
us
how
all the way down to the helmet district.
That's right. There is a district just for that. Nar Shaddaa is, of course, quite big. So it takes about 20 minutes for him to get over to this store that he apparently knows somebody at. He kind of just pulls up and looks expectantly back through the divider towards the three of you.
Guys, you want me to keep the meter running?
Watcher shrugs, looks over to Tim.
That's all right. I don't know how long we'll be here with talking to Benny. You got a card?
right.
Maybe you'll still be free. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Here's my details. You just push the button on the top. That'll call me. It's my business card, and if I'm available, I'll come get you.
What's the name on this card?
It says driver, taxi man.
Driver Taximan.
Yeah.
That's his name, huh?
Maybe it is.
All right, Mr. Taximan. I'll give you a call if we need you. Thanks for the tip.
Are you gonna pay me?
Tim is assuming that someone's gonna pay him. What's he want? What's the meter read?
It's gonna read 36 credits.
Okay, well, I'll give him 40 credits.
10%. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You hit the button. I might be around.
I mean, I'm not the only person who rode in this taxi. I got a
I'm
helmet
actually trying to
buy.
figure out why the heck, how much I have in terms of money.
That's a
I
good
don't know.
question, isn't it?
I believe I have 5 credits on me.
I'm down to 300 because we never got access to those credits that we got from the highball runner.
Yep, they took off with everything.
Oh, apparently I have a good deal of money.
How much is a good deal?
I'm going to tell you.
Hey, come on. You can tell me. You gotta have trust in your driver.
I spent a lot of my cash on a fancy crash suit.
You never
Fancy
know.
suit.
You never know when you're going to crash.
Exactly.
Statistically speaking, if you're delivering us to a guy named Benny, we're probably going to get knifed in this place. So I'll tell you what, if we live through this, I'll give you a tip.
Hey, Benny's a good guy. Don't you worry about Benny. Anyway, I'll be around. See you guys later.
Later, Taximan.
So he just winds up his window and kind of putters away, merges
I
with
don't
traffic.
believe Driver Taximan was his real name. Something's just not right about that.
He was probably some near-human immigrant.
Could well be. Which one of these people do you think is Benny?
Okay, so let me describe what you guys are seeing.
Presumably driver Taximan described Benny at some point over the ride. But yes, please paint us a word picture.
All right, so Nar Shaddaa, as you guys are no doubt aware, it's kind of like the several mile up city. There's a lot of platforms that kind of run outside of buildings, these skyscrapers that just, they run for miles below and then miles above. It's one of those kind of moons. So he drops you guys off. There's people just kind of walking around. It's kind of a promenade district. He couldn't drop you guys right outside of Benny's, and the big neon lights outside of the stores will pretty much guide you to where Benny's is. He's dropped you guys out the front of a place called Cup Noodles Galore.
Oh, delightful.
Is it like a noodle shaped like a cup? Or is it noodles in a cup?
I think it's probably that one.
You never know with these aliens.
How much do Cup Noodles Galore cost?
Now, you'd probably have to go in and find out, unless you were asking your cohorts, at which point I'll be quiet.
No, I was asking. I thought it was like a hot dog cart sort of.
No,
situation.
it's like a full store. It's got a big glowing neon cup outside. It's holographic.
I'm not gonna go inside a place for Cup Noodles Galore.
Just like noodles pouring down in the hologram, and then the water afterwards, and then various toppings follow that.
Like if it was a hot dog cart.
No hot dog cart in sight. And as you guys are maybe pondering this, a excited Jawa kind of brushes past him and heads towards cup noodles galore.
Being racist, Tem immediately checks his pockets.
You've still got your stuff.
Okay. Tem still sort of narrows his eyes towards the Jawa. I think that Jawa tried to pickpocket me. Good thing I was on guard.
Really, a Jawa trying to pickpocket you? That seems statistically obvious.
Yeah, I'm just saying, watch your pockets.
Yeah. But Jawa gets fragat, and he's earned it. Let me tell you. He's really earned it.
Excellent animation there, Smug.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need to
great.
keep it in the window, though, or I won't be able to get it back later. Let me just move it. All right, so if you guys don't want to go into cup noodles galore and
It's almost certainly a place that's front for human trafficking anyway.
We are on Nar Shaddaa.
who can say? Amidst the hustle and bustle, because despite the fact that there are only 3 tokens on the map, there are more people milling about. You guys are able to see that the next store over between a little alleyway is Benny's. It's just called Benny's Guns Emporium.
Didn't you ask for a helmet?
Maybe he thinks helmets and guns are interchangeable.
And then a moment later, the neon sign adds a end armor at the bottom of it. Really like an
nice.
afterthought.
I guess they could only afford the smaller marquee.
And then like a giant hologram of Benny appears. And he's just like spinning a 6-shooter.
Is he also wearing a helmet?
He is not.
Is he wearing a beret?
He is now.
Excellent.
The holographic image literally puts one on, as Jason has.
Yeah, it
Does
just
the
kind of
holographic image make a cat noise?
it doesn't know. He is clearly a Bothan. And then at the beret kind of floats down, and then a pair of sunglasses appear.
Oh.
Damn.
And then it just says, "Deal with it."
No.
It's like some kind of in-joke right there.
Tem is looking
Sure is.
less and less certain that he wants to go in here with each additional animation on the marquee. Alright, well, I'm gonna go check it out.
I'll come with you.
Do the doors open, or are they...
Yep, the doors open with like a whoosh sound. There's no need to be buzzed in or anything like that.
Trusting fellow.
Indeed. So the interior is remarkably nice. It's almost like an upscale shop, yet with like an old-timey twist. All the counters and display cabinets are wooden, or at least something that looks like wood. If people in this galaxy far, far away even know what wood is. And it kind of looks like he's got a lot of stuff in there. There is a couple of suits of armor on the north wall there. There looked like some curved swords on top of a cabinet. There's also kind of like a table set up in the middle of the room with what almost looks like a half-finished Sabak game sprawled across it. And there's probably a couple of people in there just kind of looking at the various wares that are on display. And there's a rather hairy Bothan wearing a neat little brown vest, just kind of standing off to the corner waiting for, to help somebody.
So like a Bothan.
Oh, definitely a Bothan. What did I say, a Bothan?
You just mentioned he was hairy.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah, he's a
they're
Bothan.
Bothans.
He's definitely a Bothan.
Alright, well, Tem will go and look at the armor displays and see if anything catches his eye, or if it just looks like display stuff.
Well, you can certainly certainly do so. So the armor itself, it looks nice. One appears to be kind of like a retro bounty hunter set. It's kind of like a dinky helmet on there, and there's like a backpack with an antenna coming out of it. And the usual kind of like forearm equipment with the gloves. The other one kind of looks like it might be a Mandalorian set.
Tem looks at an antenna sticking out of a backpack and kind of rolls his eyes. That kind of thing will get you killed. You know, someone could grab it. Lightning could strike you. Just, there's no reason for it. There's no reason. He tuts, shaking his head.
So
Yeah,
the
but it's got a
Bothan-
nice little cape on it, though. That's kind of nice, right?
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Everyone loves a cape.
I mean, Tem's got one of those butt capes on his armor too, so he's clearly into
Really?
capes.
You're a butt cape hopper. Huh?
Oh, yeah, it's patched together ARC Trooper armor, so it's got the butt cape.
Is he wearing it right now?
His armor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the Bothan is clearly watching all of you. And he smiles.
I make eye contact and attempt to smile back, but, you know, half of Tem's face doesn't always work so well. So, we'll mosey over there. You Benny?
Yes, I certainly am, Benny. Hello. And he, despite the disfigurement that Tem has, he doesn't even flinch.
Good in his line of work.
He's seen all kinds of people.
Driver Taximan told us that we should come see you about a helmet.
Ah, yes, Mr. Driver. He and I go way back.
Good
So
to
how
hear.
can I help you today, my friend?
I'm looking for a Phase 1 Commander helmet.
Oh, Phase 1. An interesting choice.
I respect the classics.
Yes, yes. What, I see you inching towards the swords over there. Why the interest?
Well,
He Walter shrugs and just motions to Tim.
no, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was simply wondering why there's such medieval swords here. Should you be selling blasters?
Yes, we have many blasters as well, and I can certainly point you in the right direction if I don't have the stock. There's a certain crowd here on Nar Shaddaa. They like to wave swords around. Very rustic, very... I don't know. Maybe they just enjoy the feel, the resistance, you know.
Are they reenactors?
I think that might be what they are.
SCA goons.
Tell me, young one, are you a reenactor? Is that why you look at the swords so fondly?
Goodness, no. Watcher looks offended by the notion.
Oh, sorry, I meant no offense. More of a blaster person, I see.
I'm more of a words person myself, perhaps even numbers.
Words and numbers. Yes, that's something I'm much more familiar with. The merchant language. Anyway, let me check my stock. What was it again? A Type 1?
Yeah, Phase 1.
Phase 1, of course. Forgive me, my memory these days. Benny kind of walks behind the counters that are set up. He's got a little bit of a stoop to him. He's maybe a little long in the tooth. Hard to tell, though. He's still got a very nice pelt to him.
Without doing any kind of checking, Watcher's going to lean over to Tim and say, he's totally going to fleece you.
Oh, of course. We'll try and negotiate him down if he won't come to a reasonable price. I can, I don't know, put on a hat.
Oh, Watcher says that kind of surprised, as though he expected a totally different thing to be said. Yeah, hats, sure.
Not sure what kind of hat'll cover my head, but you can sew though, can't you?
You could always go with like a wrap of some kind, like.
Yeah, I saw a bounty hunter who wore a wrap on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back. Name was Donger or something like that.
Yeah. Sounds like it's probably a name.
It'll do, we'll see. If he's got what I need, maybe we can convince him.
So the Button is just, going through his catalog data pad. Kind of glances at you guys now and then.
You need a new weapon, Watcher, or are you just browsing?
Just browsing. My little pistol that I was issued in the service is good enough for me.
Well, if you know how to use it, for sure.
No, I don't at all. I'm sure it'll work out, though.
Haven't we been doing target practice drills?
I've mostly been faking my way through them.
I knew there was something suspicious. I mean, you normally don't wear a full blast shield on your head, but every time we have one of those blaster training periods, you're suddenly a lot shorter and you're wearing a blast shield.
Yes.
Guess I should have known.
Wait, is Watcher bigger Luke?
I get that joke.
I don't get it.
Smug, we'll show you about bigger Luke later.
Yeah, please do. In the meantime, I'm actually trying to find this fucking piece of equipment. Have Fantasy Flight Games even statted it?
What? No, it's just a part of the laminate armor, or a part of
You're killing me here, Smalls.
they don't have helmets as separate pieces of armor you can buy.
You sure don't. Man, what did I even approve you for? I gotta check.
I think it was the same stuff most of the A team is wearing.
Probably. Partial phase 2 trooper armor. What? What is that even? Who am I?
Not even is a Star Wars.
Thought we were playing Dragon Age.
No, I had the riot armor.
Whose sheet am I looking at? I'm looking at your sheet.
Which should have riot armor on it.
You got partial phase 2 trooper armor from Keeping the Peace.
Yeah, I just renamed it. I told you this. I told you I was renaming it.
Haven't you learned by now? I don't listen. It's more a surprise I didn't have Steve look at everybody's sheets for this game.
You did.
I don't think I did.
Most of them.
Some of them.
Well, all this is getting edited out anyway, so...
No, you leave it in.
Absolutely not.
Fair enough. I'll edit it out too. So after a bit of searching, our Button friend starts nodding his head.
You might be in luck, my friend. I might have what you're after. A very rare piece these days.
I'd imagine so. Not too many left, but at the same time, there's more Phase 1 than Phase 2 out there.
Watcher rolls his eyes. Here we go.
Yes, here we go indeed. I don't know what that was about, but anyway, I guess we should probably consider what your budget is here. It looks like I might have two, but one is not in very good shape right now. The other is nearly pristine, but well, I'm sure a man such as yourself in your armor, you understand that with fine quality comes a certain cost.
I'd have to see them and see what kind of conditions we're talking about. Make
All
sure they're the
right,
genuine
well,
article as well.
If you can keep your friend's hands off the swords for a moment, yeah, I know you're not touching them. It's fine. I'll go to the back and I'll see if I can fish them both out.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
So the Bothan, unless accosted, will mosey out to the back, and as he kind of disappears behind the doors, which shut behind him, you guys are more or less alone. There's like one other shopper in there. It's that angry looking Rhodian has like since come inside, and he's kind of looking at the swords.
Tim looks
Watchers.
down at... Sorry, go ahead.
Watcher's just shaking his head. It's like, God, these guys always do this.
Tim looks down at the half-finished game on the table and looks up at Jason. Who was winning there?
What now? Was I playing a game?
No, but I mean, you probably know how these games look.
Oh boy, do I? What even is this
Okay,
game?
has Jason blacked out? Is he just waking up?
There's a half-finished sabacc game on the table.
Oh man, Jason is not a sabacc player, so
Well,
he just points at one set of cards and says, that guy's winning."
Tim nods.
Roll me
I see.
a 1d3, Jason.
Will do.
You did not point at the right one.
Damn it.
But you don't know that, I guess.
Yeah, I have no earthly clue or spacely clue as we are in space.
I don't know, does Watcher know?
He probably would know the rules of sabacc, yeah. Because he
All right,
has a lot of
roll.
knowledge skills.
Roll it for me then.
Roll 1d3 or roll a knowledge skill?
I don't know, roll a knowledge to go.
Okay. I guess education is the general.
Yeah, I think so. It's just no difficulty.
Okay.
3 failures and 5 advantages?
Wow.
I thought it was no difficulty, though.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how that stayed in there
Did you not click
from
out?
like a month ago.
Oh yeah,
Guess I
they'll
just never
stay there
clicked it.
forever.
I guess so, yeah.
I
me
mean,
try
we
that
can
again.
go with that, or you can roll it again, Sam.
Nice.
2 advantages. All right.
No one
All right,
knows.
so Watcher can kind of look at the game and see that it's still in flux. There's still two of the players, not the one that Jason pointed at, but the other 2 could still potentially win.
No, I can't figure out who would have won, but it seems to me like they were probably neck and neck. Took a break, I suppose.
I'm going to say for your other advantage, Watcher, that you're also able to pick up that one of the players is cheating.
Oh my.
Which is amazing considering you're just like glancing at the cards that are splayed out. But yeah, you're able to figure it out. Like one of the cards should not be in play.
Almost as if he's some kind of analyst.
Indeed.
The statistics of that coming up is just too low.
I'm a Pazak man myself. I wouldn't know. Nothing sweeter than coming up pure Pazak. That's what I always say.
Now Watcher is curious, though. He's going to actually peer a little closer at the state of the table and perhaps the shop itself, as though expecting bloodstains.
If you want to roll your perception for that, you certainly can.
Sure. Am I rolling against anything?
It's gonna be so you're looking specifically to see if something was covered up here or if something went down.
Yeah, basically.
All right, we'll go with 2 difficulty average.
All right. So perception.
Ooh, 4 successes and 3 threats. All right, so based on the way that the cards are kind of splayed out on the board, Watcher is able to discern that they've kind of hit a point of the game. I mean, clearly they've walked away. The game is still there, which is a little abnormal to begin with. Surely they would have finished. But based on the way that the cards are kind of splayed out, something did go down. Somebody, apparently one of the guys. Let me just mark it. It's going to be the guy closest to the sword rack. Whoever was sitting in that chair appears to have been the one. I mean, those cards are fanned out beautifully, perfectly. The others have kind of been thrown down and almost in disgust.
Which side is the one that cheated?
It is based on what you're seeing there, and kind of, you're just able to kind of read the situation. The guy that calmly fanned his cards out is the one that was cheating.
I see. Is there a conspicuous blaster bolt hole in the chair?
No. There's no overly clean table. There's no singed chair. There's nothing but like death stick marks in the chairs, because smoking in Star Wars.
Right.
Now, as for your threats, the security cameras are watching you as you're kind of puzzling it all out.
I assume I'm not entirely aware of that, though. Although, perhaps with a perception check of that quality, I'd notice the cameras.
I mean, if you want to look at the camera, certainly it's probably a given that they're watching everyone in the store.
Yeah, I mean, why else would he walk off with us in the store?
Yeah, exactly so.
Who's watching Watcher?
Dun dun.
Benny.
Good.
I'll explain
guys-
Watcher to you later.
Now, do you guys want to do anything else in the store before he comes back?
I guess Tem will mosey over to the Rhodian. Hey, what you looking for? He says, in as friendly a voice as he can muster.
And how friendly is that voice?
Is exactly what it just sounded like. Hey, what are you looking for?
So the Rhodian, upon hearing the sound of gravel upon a chalkboard, kind of startles. He kind of stands up straight and looks over his shoulder, real surprised, like at the human that's there with a hideous face, and the Rhodian can't help it. He flinches.
Tem's used to this, but inside he dies a little more.
Excellent. Now the Rhodian, up until the point that Tem had talked to him, seemed fairly excited, overly so. And now he doesn't. He kind of shrinks a little. His shoulders kind of hunch together, and he almost takes like a half step away from Tem. I was just looking. Oh wait, that's the same voice. Another voice.
Nasal. Go nasal.
Oh, no, that's a different voice. Callbacks. But according to my wife, I've got like 3 voices. I like to think I can get up to.
Full walking.
I like to think I can get up to like 7, maybe. Oh, I was just looking at the. Is that the same voice? I was just looking at the swords here.
Ah, you a swordsman?
Oh yes, I spend many hours training the swords in my house.
Must be a big
Yeah,
house.
No, I just stand there and I follow the Hollow 2 videos and I swing my swords and I want more swords.
Oh, well, that's fair. You purchased from Benny before?
And yes, many times he's given me a lot of swords. This one I want is very expensive. I hope to talk him down or maybe lay away.
Hmm. You got any tips for negotiating with him?
I've tried many tricks. I signed up to a man. He had a course on negotiating with your boss, but Benny is so good. He saw through what I was trying, and I might have paid extra.
Oh, that's too bad. I bet he saw those videos too.
I don't know. He wasn't in them, but I mean, I guess I wanted it so bad. He knew I wanted it,
And the Rhodian just he gives a big sigh and his shoulders slump.
I guess he read me like a book.
What's a book?
It's something that we in the community use when we are out there in our costumes, reenacting. We like to pretend that words are on printed pages, as we call them. It's very surreal.
I've never heard anything so crazy. On paper.
So the Rhodian's skin noticeably goes paler. And he just stops looking at Tim and just kind of stares through the cabinet in front of him. He's not even looking at the swords now.
All right, well, good luck. Paper. Tim just leaves. He just goes to watch. You hear that? A paper? What the heck?
Yeah, absolutely true. But they used to use dead trees to print stuff on.
When was this?
Oh, many years ago.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah, he's a total nerd. I heard that.
That seems really wasteful.
Oh, incredibly.
What's next? Paper money?
Now that's a fantasy.
You're telling me. Oh, Benny.
Yes, the Button reemerges from his back room there. And he's holding up, he's got like a mannequin head in each hand, and both are wearing the kind of helmet that Tim was after.
Can I tell if they're real or if they're reproductions?
You could certainly roll to see if they were.
Okay. I'll happily
Benny,
do that.
All right, so that'll, let's see, what would that be? Perception? Maybe more your knowledge of such a thing.
Warfare?
There isn't a knowledge armor stat. Did you say warfare?
Yeah, there's a warfare stat. It's knowledge based.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
What an odd selection.
This is
Yeah,
warfare
go ahead and
for
roll that for me.
knowing about
Go ahead
combat.
and roll that. How familiar overall is Tim with the armor of, what he's after and just armor in general?
It's what he used to have, and he painstakingly tracked down and reconstructed that himself over the course of years. He's kind of obsessive over it.
All right, that sounds like a boost die if ever I've heard one.
All right.
He's basically remaking a DeLorean, only it's armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. All right, so it's going to be average difficulty for you. In fact, no, it's going to be easy for Tim since he's, I guess spent years wearing this thing.
All right. I got 3 successes and an advantage.
All right. So Benny kind of, he moves over to one of the countertops that isn't covered in miscellanea. He sets the 2 helmets down and he kind of starts into a spiel about, where they were manufactured. And everything he's saying is truthful. He clearly went back there and looked it up. He's essentially memorized his spiel right now, which he's delivering with the utmost enthusiasm. Now, Tim, having spent so long wearing these helmets, is able to see that the one that is Benny is clearly trying to sell the more expensive one. No real surprise there. It looks like it should be the real deal, but of course the price is way too high. And if Tim reaches a point where he is going to pick it up and, maybe try it on, he's probably going to notice that it's not 100% the real deal.
Ah. Well, Tim picks it up and turns it over in his hands. He sort of looks at the inside, hovers it over his head without putting it on yet, because don't want to be one of those consumers. And,
why not? Everybody else has.
he puts it back down. He says, this is a pretty good fake.
And Benny's long eyebrows just kind of lift up well into his hairline at hearing that. And he just kind of starts stammering. What? I don't. What are you trying to say? That's not a fake.
Look, Benny.
Yes, that's my name.
It's someone. If you were talking to somebody who hadn't spent years wearing these, maybe I'd agree that it's not a fake, but it is. I know my stuff.
Wait. You're an Imperial.
What? No, Republic. It was Republic that wore these helmets, man. You know that.
Come on, same difference these days.
What's this other one? Tim says, looking at the other one. That's not.
So the other one, and it'll be part of your same role. The other one is legit. It is just damaged.
Okay.
Now the problem, and Tim probably spotted it with the more expensive one, is that the face part of it has been replaced at some point. So probably whoever was wearing it previously, maybe it didn't hold up under whatever hit the poor guy.
Yeah, Tim will point out the seams there. He says, it's real faint, you can see, but it's been restored here. The faceplate's not entirely original. It's good work, though. It's good work.
I never would have spotted that. That's crazy.
This one. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Tim's checking this out. I'd like to have Watcher flip through his data pad and try to figure out, perhaps with some sort of underworld check, to see if he knows if this guy's name comes up somehow, and cross-reference that with gambling. Just to see if there's some sort of dirt on the guy.
We can certainly do that. What's your, what are you researching on that? Just like the HoloNet, or?
Yeah, basically.
All right. I tell you, I'm just thinking maybe more of an underworld check.
Sure, that's what I'd like to do. Also, I'd like to tie this with my valuable facts talent.
And tell us all what your valuable facts talent is.
Once per encounter, perform a valuable facts action. Make an average difficulty knowledge check. And if successful, add 1 triumph to 1 ally skill check during the encounter.
Huh.
Basically, I'm going to set up Tim's negotiation check later.
You son of a bitch. All right. All right, so for that, it's got to be an average knowledge check. Is that correct? Or is that just to get the... Well, I mean, it's a valuable fact. All right, so go ahead and roll your underworld for average.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to go, but it seems like it'd be a valuable fact in the sense of an actual value.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good negotiation pin if you were able to discover something on poor Benny here.
Poor Benny. All right, underworld, average check. Boom.
And that is 2 successes.
Nice.
So you're looking to see if Benny had any kind of shady dealings as far as gambling is concerned?
Well, he's got the card cheats here on him, and it's not exactly clear whether Benny was the one cheating or not.
All right, so you kind of got like your data pad out, you're on the Wi-Fi, you're just checking the HoloNets?
Yeah, pretty much. Just, easily gleaned information.
You maybe also checking that database of people who owed money to Kellen. Cross-reference that if you want.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
All right. His name is not on there.
Okay.
Now, your HoloNet search, however, comes up with a hit very easily on essentially what is like a list of Sabacc players that are more or less blacklisted. And
Why?
it kind of details that, because, Sabacc is pretty close to like the poker of this world. So there's like a Sabacc series that happens on pulling a planet name out of my ass here on Tatooine for some reason. It's like a World Series of Sabacc.
Sure, yeah.
And Benny at some point was kicked out for cheating. He had a ring of players that were all like essentially the reporters that were just kind of updating like, chip counts and whatnot. They were actually peeking at cards and telling Benny what was going on. So he is essentially blacklisted, and if he ever shows his face at a Sabacc hall anywhere in, outside of Nar Shaddaa and more or less inside of this very room that he controls, he's pretty much kill on sight.
Damn.
It's a big thing. You don't cross the Hutts in their Sabacc championship bracelets.
No, apparently you don't. Watcher will nod his head and file this away for momentary use.
Indeed, and I just want to point out, so that whole young Rancor,
Yeah.
you guys do know who that was supposed to go to, right?
Was it Preston the Hut?
Pressed up the Hut. I don't know. Is he still alive at this point? That was like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah,
mean,
but
why wouldn't
since through the obsessive compulsion to consume spice, he has turned into a hut.
The geriatric spice. Who knows? But no, it was intended for Jabba's palace. I just want to point that out. You guys probably know that overall.
Jabba? Okay.
Yeah, it would have been on the manifest.
I would have been. The original one that you guys would have taken when you kill murdered the crew of the uninvited guest.
Mercy killed?
Mercy killed?
Disposed of?
Doppelganged? Anyways.
86.
It was just a sidebar.
Anyway, coffee sounds good, so I'm going to get some too.
All right, get some coffee.
Coffee is good.
Alright, so what's he asking for the damaged helmet?
For the damaged helmet, let's see. So it's essentially supposed to be part of the ride armor, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the ride armor, wow, $950 for that. As Benny's cat starts meowing in the background.
Why does everyone have loth cats on this planet?
I mean, they are a sign of good luck. You don't have one on your ship?
No, I don't think it'd be comfortable.
All right, well, don't ask why I know you have a ship. Anyway, let's see. I mean, part of the suit would be $950. This one's clearly damaged. I could do maybe $500 for this helmet.
Oh, I don't think so. That's more than half the value of the entire suit.
Yeah, but what's gonna save you in a firefight? Is it gonna be when the sharpshooters come out? Sorry, my cat is pawing at me. One moment. I mean, it's gonna be the helmet that keeps you alive, my friend.
The likelihood of a sniper getting a headshot at any kind of appreciable distance is very low.
Clearly, you've not dealt with the Black Sun and their sniper division.
I dealt with all kinds of snipers in my day.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Sniper droids.
Sniper droids. Come on. Everyone knows the programmers prefer the body shots. They want that whole Z pattern. Bang, bang, bang. And
he gesticulates, indicating, like a two shoulders and a hip kind of firing motion there.
Yeah,
I mean, the programmers love that.
A wise sniper, aims for the center mass. Going for a headshot is kind of fancy stuff that gets you killed.
Come on, the sniper is so far away, like 2 or 3 clicks away. What? You silly.
That's a very rude thing for you to say,
Hey,
Benny.
look, we're negotiating. This is the back and forth of negotiations.
I don't know if you're aware, but calling somebody silly on Coruscant is very offensive.
Well, we're not on Coruscant, are we?
Well, I'm from Coruscant. You should know your clients.
Well, I mean, if you're suggesting that my cameras started running face recognition as soon as you came in, that's outlandish and insulting. That's a Nar Shaddaa insult.
Well,
Watcher
that sounds
snorts.
a bit of a stretch. Look, I can't give you 500 for a helmet that's damaged this much. It's not a reasonable price.
So I was getting coffee, but you're going to buy the damaged one.
Yeah, it's the authentic one.
So at
All
this
right.
point, Watcher's going to actually step forward, and he's going to say, "Look, guy, not only you're going to give us the helmet for free, you're going to give us a voucher."
My name is Benny.
Huh? Benny, you're going to give us this helmet for free, and you're also going to recommend us a armorer who can fix it for free.
That. Jeez. Oh my God! You brought a comedian in here. Clearly.
I've never known him to crack a joke that he didn't mean.